Africa Cup of Nations is around the corner. I understand you're talking more about goals that are not being scored. Do you have anything else that you say is a concern for you before you head to the tournament? You only have 2 matches to play before the bigger tournament.
No, I hope nobody gets injured, number one. No? You have a few key players. The second, I hope players get more match time in their clubs. Really more match time. No? This is really a bit boring. No? I hope they get, but they can cope. But the AFCON is 3 games in 7 days. First game, 4 days later, second game, third game. So basically, exactly 7 days, you have 3 matches. And you need to have a certain match fitness or certain fitness. And that's why we also need a strong, how can you say, team, depth in the team. What is if you then have overloaded a player, you need to bring someone else in and he starts. And they need to work. I mean, I tried many different options today. Nobody can say the players were not used. All the fresh legs were in, and but of course it's a different. What can you say? High level, but these teams, I must also say, the teams we're playing are not the teams which are sitting back and just kicking long balls. No? That's also for sure. These are teams which are really playing, trying to dominate football, which also opens up a little bit space for you. Lesotho is using their strengths very, very well. That I must really say. And their strength is really transition, countering. They're really good, very efficient. They also don't score a lot of goals. They also, in some games, they're good, but in some games, their defense stays tight, and that's how they collect their points. Yeah, but we showed against South Africa, we can also play a little bit deeper. When we play higher, we need to convert it, reward ourselves for the efforts. That's for sure. No? We had it against Benin when we played in Durban. I felt there. We had it against Namibia, the second game. But it's a little bit, that's not enough in attack. Yeah? In finishing, yes. Absolutely. No? We need to work on it. Analyze it and work on it.
Okay, we'll take the last 2 hands. 1, 2.
Okay, Coach. Today, as you have mentioned, Masango Kit with Zimpaper Sports. As you have mentioned today that we had a different composition of the team. Despite the scoreline, can you share the positives you have seen the team putting? And I think one of those is creating chances which could have been easily scored.
We had 4 or 5 chances. I think in the second half, Bill Antonio brought a lot of energy over the right. I think that we could see. He had 1 good chance which he created, if I'm not missing, by himself. We had all the players up front had actually a chance. Yeah? The thing is, if I say now one, you will interpret it as a critic on the other, you know, and that's, I want to be very careful there, especially in our media environment. It's a team effort, but of course the individuals need to work on it, because we have sometimes similar situations had against Rwanda, and and of course at the end an individual has to shoot. It cannot be a team, yeah. But we can create the chances and give him the confidence and work on it. But there we need a little bit more time. I hope before the AFCON, then we have a camp. We need to use there every minute as good as possible. As good as possible. In these international breaks, our players come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday first time. You have 1 training session, a second one where you cannot overload 1 hour in the stadium, game, traveling, recovering, final session, game. And today it was only 3 days. We could have also sat back today and okay, come, let's see who risks more the first, you know. But I must also say, Lesotho, I want to also praise them. They know where their strengths are, and they use them very efficiently. If they would start now controlling the opponent and this and that, they would not get these results. And it makes them dangerous. And it's no wonder you had some good results in the World Cup qualification.
Thank you, Coach. Coach, the target is to finally qualify from the group.
Yes.
At the AFCON. What's your message to the fans who are questioning whether we will be able to before losing to Lesotho?
First of all, we also feel disappointed for the fans. The players also, look, they always come, they're very passionate. One fan makes noise for three. Honestly, I traveled a little bit around the world, and I can tell you that the fans in Zimbabwe are really passionate, and we would love to play at home in front of a full crowd. But nevertheless, when we also are away from home, in South Africa, so we always have a good support. And they're very passionate, so we feel also a little bit for them, because we want to bring them good emotions, and they mustn't lose the belief in the team. We qualified last year with this group of players. Namibia at that time didn't win a single game in the qualification of the AFCON in our group. And then in the World Cup, all of a sudden, they played a much better role. They didn't qualify, but they played a much better role. You sometimes have to go through these periods. They must rally behind. We are in a very difficult group. We have South Africa, very strong. We saw last Friday, very strong team. We managed to hold them. Egypt, most likely with Nigeria, the best attacking team in Africa. Angola, also very dangerous team. Maybe they going also a little bit through a valley right now. Yeah. Every team which plays at the AFCON, I don't find any other team, any team different, wants to go to the second round. I don't think do you find any team who just wants to go there to play 3 games and go home. Every team. And we are in the same situation like any other team. We want to go to the second round. And if we start, how can I say, dividing ourselves too much down, we must work together, we must stick together and believe in the players. This is what we have. We can try in November maybe the one or other player, but this is it. This is our players. And sometimes when people don't give a cent on you, it's also sometimes suddenly it works. Yeah?
I think also as well, just wanted to say, as a message from the players to the fans at home who's watching, at the end of the day, stay with us. We win together, we lose together, and that's that. And they will celebrate many more occasions. We're going through a period where it's rough, it's a bit tough right now, nothing to celebrate, but the wins are coming, the celebrations are coming, so just stick with us, and then we'll be celebrating soon.